Today we're going to be answering some frequently asked questions about street sweeping in our street sweeper. So customers can expect to pay, it really depends on frequency. So if you need it done every night, if you need it done, a couple times a week, we have customers that need it done once a month. So while I'd love to give you a price where it's, $100 a parking lot, it really depends on frequency and how many people you have in and out of your parking lot. Of course, if you're doing a movie theater drive-in type, it's going to be a lot more than if you're doing, let's say, OctoClean's parking lot. So it really depends on the scope of work, just like anything else is janitorial. It just depends on the scope of work. It's not outrageously expensive, believe it or not. It's actually pretty reasonable. So, but again, scope of work defines price. So what areas do we sweep? That's a good question. If it's not a public street, we can sweep it, put it that way. So we can do parking structures that are like 4 or 5 stories tall, whatever it might be. To regular parking lots in an office building. So really it's whatever you need done. If you want the street outside your office done and it belongs to the city, but you don't want them doing it, then we'll come out and do it. So if it has concrete or if it has blacktop, we can sweep it. So you probably know there's a bunch of different types of sweepers, just like there's a bunch of different type of vacuums out there. We chose this sweeper for a couple different reasons. First of all, it's short enough height-wise that it can get into parking structures. And it's a kind of a top of the line, newest technology, cameras everywhere. So it was really a safety feature that we decided, of course we don't want to run anyone over. And it's very, very simple to use, so it doesn't take a lot of training. So really that's why it's the best one on the market right now. And it fit the needs of every type of facility that we're going to be doing services for. So is it loud? Well, let's start there. So we can turn it on now and you'll be riding with me and tell you how loud it is. Of course, we have the windows up, but you'll see that it's actually not very loud even inside the cab right on top of it. So you're riding with me and you can tell it's not very loud. It's actually quieter than a guy with a leaf blower running around. We'll take a kind of a cruise through the parking lot here. And then our second question to that was, when do we want to have it done? Usually we're doing it in the after midnight times. And as you can tell, it's not very loud. And really what that is because of is we want to make sure there's not very many cars in the lots. While we can do it there, we also do stuff during the day. So it really depends on when the customer wants it done. If the customer needs it done during the daytime, let's say they had a big event and they made a mess, absolutely we can handle that. But typically if it's scheduled, we're doing it after hours. So usually after 9, after 10 o'clock at night. So there's a lot of different benefits of parking lot sweeping. Of course, a lot of people think you can have a blower and have, let's say, a landscaper come blow your parking lot, which is not untrue. But really what you're doing is blowing around a bunch of dust and dirt and debris, getting people's cars dirty, where this is the opposite. You're actually suctioning out the dust, the dirt, the cups, the trash cans, so it makes your building look clean all the time. So it definitely gives you that appearance that you actually care about what your facility looks like and it doesn't build up trash. So really that's the benefits, and the environmental factor of not having all that dust and pollen and everything in the air from a guy with a leaf blower. And then, the added benefit of curb appeal to your customers to let them know that you actually care about what the place looks like. And that actually brings up property values and makes people want to lease with you, makes people want to visit your facility more, because there's nothing like going to a dirty place. You're like, I'm never going to go there again. All right, so that's the major benefits. The great thing about OctoClean is, kind of like street sweeping, why people use us for street sweeping, it's one call. Call into customer service, let it know your customer is interested, and that's all you really have to do. From there on, we'll take everything, call the customer, handle a bid, quotes, and setting everything up. So very simple. That process hasn't changed.